Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Auto-Vox Portable Digital Tire Inflator. I'm going to go quite in depth how to use this thing, how well it works, that kind of stuff. But if you don't want to stick around for the whole review, I'll let you know that this is a great compressor. It has the most features in its class. It's fairly priced. And it's a good buy. Now a bit more detail here. So the unit, here's my hand, kind of as a size comparison here. It's not too big, fits nicely in the back trunk of your car. It can inflate tires, and it can inflate toys or mattresses, that kind of thing. Has a 12-foot power cord so that you can easily reach your tires in the front and your tires in the back. It has several accessories, so you can fill up things like your air mattress, your balls, football, soccer ball, you know, that kind of stuff. It, as well as inflating the mattresses and deflating the mattresses. As well as inflating the mattresses, you can also deflate the mattresses, which is a great feature. Really helps you get things packed up real tight. There is a night light here. You can use it as a flashlight. It can also be used as a safety feature. You can have it flash red, or you can have it flash on SOS in case there's an emergency. There's a nice little storage compartment here for the tire inflator hose. Keeps things nice and neat when it's packed up. And a little port for accessories on your power plug. Now, we will go over to my vehicle over here, and I will show you how it works. Okay. So, as you can see, the unit just plugs into your standard cigarette lighter here. I'm going to be using it on my back tire just so you guys can see that it does in fact reach that far. So, it's quite simple to use on your tires. You just take the hose out the back here. And this right here simply plugs onto your valve stem. It's normal to have a little air leak while you get it tightened down. Okay. Now having this screw there is real nice. A lot of units will have like a clamp or whatever, but it just never feels like it attaches properly. So with this here, you can screw it down real tight, and that way you can just walk away and not worry about it when it's filling up here. Okay, so as you can see, when you plug the unit in here, it's going to give you a tire pressure reading. It looks like it defaults to a reading of bar when you first plug it in, but you just push this button here, and you can change it to PSI, or change it between kPa, PSI, or bar. So we'll go to PSI. Right now I'm at 28.5 PSI, but since I want to show you how this thing works, I'm going to take this button here. Now this isn't mentioned in the manual. It's kind of a bonus feature. It's probably my favorite part about this thing. What it does is it bleeds air out of your tire. So a lot of the times when you're at the gas station, you got to use like a little rock or something and push the valve inside your stem to bleed off air. But this thing's real handy. You just push it, lets air out. Now the cool thing is, you can kind of watch and see where you're going, how much air you've let out. We're going to bleed this down to about 20, give or take. And fill it back up so you guys can see how it works here. Okay, so there we go. Takes a second to adjust back to where it's at. All right, we're at 24.5, that's good enough for now. To set my PSI target, you simply turn this knob. I'm going to set it to 30.0. You don't have to click in or push anything. You set it to your target, just let go, you'll see it flash a couple times. It means, and then you'll see down here at the bottom it says, I don't know if you guys can see that, it says target, which is, looks like 300, but it's 30.0. Okay, next thing you do, once that's set, turn this knob here, this is your on-off switch. Turn this up to the tire, and away you go. It's been a little less than a minute, and the compressor is shut off automatically once it reached 30. So we're going to go ahead and take that off, and I'm going to use this digital handheld pressure monitor to see how accurate of a reading the digital monitor on here is. Okay. Once again, when you take that off, you'll hear a little bit of air leak. That's totally normal. Okay, so with any luck, we want this to be around within about a PSI of our target of 30. So let's see where we're at. And perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of upside down. That says 29.5 PSI, which means that this thing is well within a reasonable margin of error, which is nice to know that it's accurate. So that's pretty much how you use this thing for your tires. If you're in the dark and you need the light, you just push this button here, right on the front, and you can change that, like I said, between a flashlight, kind of a safety light flashing red, put it behind your vehicle if you're on the highway or something, changing a tire. Or if there's been an emergency, push it a third time and it'll give you an SOS in a Morse code type thing there. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna get, I have an air mattress sitting up over here. I'm gonna get that set up, show you guys how to use this compressor in the air mattress, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so I got my air mattress set up here. Can't remember what size this is, queen or double, something like that. So what we gotta do here, you gotta use this a bit differently than when you're setting up for the tire. So you'll notice on the side of the unit here, there are two yellow ports, one with a plus sign and one with a minus sign. Now what you gotta do is take your hose that came with, there's one of the accessories that came with your kit here. Plug the end. If you want to blow something up, you put it on the plus. If you want to empty something, you put it on the minus. Okay, so we're going to blow up this mattress. I'm going to put this on the plus side here, make sure it's nice and snug. I'm going to put this over top here on the mattress. Okay, we take this, attach it here to this end. So I just chose, there's several of these attachments. This particular one fits in this nozzle, in this valve right here. Okay, plug that in nice and snug. Then what we want to do here, when we're ready to go, we'll turn this knob to the inflatable picture here, and we'll see how long this takes. Now one thing that's important to remember when you're filling up an inflatable is that this PSI gauge doesn't work, okay? And that's not an error, it's not broken. It's just that this thing pumps separately from the tire, okay? So you'll just have to keep an eye on your mattress getting full here. Let's get this started, and I'm gonna cut and I'll see you when it's full. All right, so it has been a little bit over 5 minutes, and as you can see, air mattress is ready to go. I think that's pretty reasonable time. It has some pretty good pressure too, so I'm happy with that. Pump worked good. It's a little bit, loud in the garage here, but these types of things always are. Now, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to deflate this mattress. I'm going to show you guys how that function works, and we'll go from there. So the important thing to remember when you're deflating a mattress is you're going to want to squeeze out as much air as you possibly can before you start actually pulling the air out with this machine. And the reason I say that is just because there's no way that you can beat the speed of you squeezing this thing with your arms and blowing the air out that way. It's just a lot faster than to take the air out than any unit you could buy. The reason you want to pull the air out is, you know, once you get most of it out, you can start to kind of vacuum the air out and get this thing really compressed, so there's nothing left at all. And then you can, you know, if you get all the air out, you might even be able to fit it back into the original box you got it in. Everyone knows how difficult that is. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so this is about how much air I was able to squeeze out on my own. Took me maybe a minute to get this far, but as you can see, there's still a bit of air left in there. That's going to prevent me from folding it up and possibly, you know, using less space when I pack up. So let's show you how this thing hooks up here. So this time, just take the hose, okay, take it off the plus side, put it on the side with the minus here, all right, and then just plug it back into this port, same as you did before. Make sure it's nice and tight, right? And turn the switch back onto the inflatable picture here. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so it's been another 5 or 6 minutes, and I'll show you here. There isn't a lick of air left in this mattress. It's practically vacuum sealed. This is going to be a lot easier for me to pack up now. One thing to note though is that the vacuum or the suction function doesn't work as fast as the inflate option. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're deflating some mattresses or some inflatables, what I would suggest is just plug that thing in, walk away for 5 or 10 minutes, and then come back and see how it's going. You might need a little bit more time depending on how full that sucker is. Okay, so all in all, I'm giving this Auto-Vox Digital Tire Inflator 5 stars out of 5. It's cheap, it's small, it's easy to use, it has more features than I expected. All around great product. Totally recommend you pick one up.